welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a fall look. I don't know what I'll be doing yet, but it is fall and I haven't done like a makeup look in a long time, so I feel like it's long overdue. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I could do today. I have no idea what I want to do as it, but I know it's brown because fall is like brown, orangey, copper, I think, you know, kind of burnt orange type of look. Okay, but yeah, before I go anywhere, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever I post, and leave all your comments down below. Okay, also because I don't want this to be boring, because I know like the you know, makeup videos are normally like so what I will be doing is story time. So yeah, but yeah, this story time is basically okay, before I go anywhere, I just want to let you guys know that I already did my brows off camera, and I'm going to be priming my face with the Professional primer from Benefit. Yeah, so based on, like, you know, the kids getting taken away in Jamaica and all that, I remember this time when I was okay. So basically I lived with my 3 cousins at the time, and my aunt, grandmother, uncle, 4 cousins actually. Yeah, and there was this Rasta man. Okay, I lived on that street. That's where I was born, that's where I grew up, Language Avenue. Like, I literally born and grew up on that street. Okay, so I'm gonna tell him no. Okay, let me do my eyebrows, cause yeah, so so basically he moved up the road from us, but where's my foundation? But when the man just moves, so it's him. I think he has a brother. I think he had a brother. I think he did. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think he somewhat had a brother or something very much something along those lines. Okay, anyways, so I used to pass to go to church all the time, and our church was located like it did down one lane, and we had to pass his house to go to the church. So growing up, me and my cousins, to be honest, we never really liked go to church. Like, we used to dread going to church. It was so annoying, but we were always forced by, you know, our guardians, mom, grandmother, auntie, everybody. Like, you know how it is growing up in Jamaica, they kind of push on religion on us, like go to church, because if you don't go to church then you're a bad pitney, and you know, that's how it is growing up in Jamaica. I don't know if it's the same thing in the Caribbean, but overall that's just what it is. Like, them just always a force of go church basically. But anyways, because we used to have to pass the man's house to go to church, we used to go and he will stop us, like me and my cousins, like all of us, and we just like talk to it. Like, and we just randomly stop it and he's talking to all of us, and we were there, and the conversation never ever was like, oh my gosh, like none of that. Like, he was always like just nothing out of the ordinary. Like, he sold what is that thing called? You know, the natural juices that the Jamaican, like Rastaman, them sell, like natural Jamaican juice. He sold those. Okay, and sometimes he usually like give a juice or whatever. Like when he pass, we ask them, like, you know, if him, because I think he used to go in the town area to sell the juice them as well. And like when he usually pass, and so usually ask him like if the juice done, like if we can, if there's any more in it. And then sometimes even when we go for buy, he'll just say like, no, it's fine, you know, because I pretty much will never sell for that day. and him a go make new batch anyway, so he will normally just say like, yeah, you can't take this. And all this time, like, we don't think anything of it with us, because we were kids at that time. We'd probably be like maybe 15, 16, I think. Nothing, I don't think I was older, but yeah. Basically, we used to go to the man and he will, you know, give a look at Jew sometime when we are past, because Sunday, like, him always, like, but he was all, one thing with him though, he was always against Christianity. Like, him always used to just talk out against the fact that he used to tell us stuff like, how is, okay, so I'm gonna first go in with editor and I'm gonna blend out the my entire eyes with it. And this is from the palette 15D editor. So he used to always be against Christianity, like fully. Like, he usually said stuff to it like, why is the pastor always tired if he's just talking? And like, not always tired, like always sweating if the pastor is just like, you know, talking to it just like that. And we know, because we're little and we don't know like church like that. So whatever the man say, like, we kind of say, makes sense. Like, anything with a float boat and I go along with what we believe in, and so we just go believe what the man say, right? So the man basically was just saying like, how is the pastor always sweating if he's just talking like normal, like, you know, like things like that. He used to talk to people and he used to say like, I'm talking to you guys now and I'm not sweating, so why is it that when a pastor talk, a pastor have to sweat? And we there would feel ourselves like, true, like, you know, a makes sense type of facial expression and type of saying, like, you know, makes sense, that makes sense. Anyways, like, those were our conversations, and that's when we usually go to church from before. But anyways, I remember one time when he was talking to me, and I don't remember if my cousins were there. No, actually, I think I was by myself one time, because one evening I was coming home from school and he stopped me. But because we're used to this man, like, remember, I'm always stopping with my cousins, talking to him, and, you know, we kind of spoke about other things. Like, he's never showed me no type of vibes, or when my cousins are around, he didn't show them any type of vibes as far as I was concerned. Like, you know, when he's talking to them, we didn't see anything out of the ordinary. When he's talking to me, the same thing. So he used to stop me, like, when I'm coming home from school and I'm walking past to go home, and when he used to stop me, like, he used to just talk to me about, like, you know, the same things about school, because this is a Rasta man. So in my head, I'm like, you know, ital man type of situation, like ital, you know what I say, like pure. And they were like real Rasta, like them usually chant in the morning, like in the mornings when they sometimes when they wake up and I pass, like they're over there, the firelight, and they're chanting and all of that. I'm gonna mix something. I'm gonna go in with desert, which is this one. Then I'm gonna mix it with this color. So yeah, I'm gonna mix them both. Anyways, when he normally stopped me or whatever, like, it wasn't anything, like I said, because I was used to this man like stopping me. And I remember one time I was talking to him and he had asked me like, what's my favorite color and all of that, and I told the man my favorite color, because again, this is somebody that we spoke to all the time. Like, he's never showed me no bad vibes, nothing out of the ordinary. Because my eyes are like hooded, I have to go over my crease, because if I don't, then you guys won't see, like, it will be just hiding in here. So I kind of have to go over my crease a little bit. So I'm gonna go in the crease, which is this one, and I'm gonna blend it out, and I'm gonna go in with an orange from the 35B palette and further blend that out. When the time when he started me, basically asked me my favorite color, I didn't think anything of it, like, no lie, I didn't think anything of it. So I just told him my favorite color and pretty much went on with my day. I went home. And so I don't remember if it was the day after or like a couple days after. Again, I'm going home, he stopped me. This man, when he stopped me, obviously I'm gonna go, because again, I knew this man. he stops me all the time and talks to me, and nothing was ever out of the ordinary. So of course I stopped, and he's talking to me, and then he's like, oh, I have something for you. So I'm like, oh, okay. So in my mind I'm thinking this man has like the juices that he sells. Like in my mind that's what I'm thinking, like, okay, he has the juice for me, he's gonna give it to me, blah blah blah. Okay, I waited, of course, because again, I know the man. Like, you know, I spoke to him before, like him give me juice all the time. So I'm thinking the man I give me juice or something. So I stayed and waited. When he came out, it wasn't juice. He gave me a black bag. Okay, he gave me a black bag. And I was just like, okay. I know me very fool, like me fret for everything. You understand? So I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, no, it's fine. I think Mr. Tim said, no, it's fine, I don't want it. And he said, no man, take it, a yours, blah blah blah. I didn't look in it as it. So he kind of forced it and told me, no, take it, like whatever, keep it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take it. So I took the bag and I'm walking down. As I'm walking down, there's a garbage bin that is right in front of my house. I was about to throw the bag away, but for some reason I'm like, let me check this bag. So I'm going in with the orange right now. But yeah, for some reason I was like, you know what, let me check this bag to see like what the man gave to me. You know what was in the bag? A panty. Okay, a panty. This man lived with his woman, baby, think his brother, but he had a family. Okay, when we looked in the bag, when I looked in the bag, there was a panty inside. So I'm there like, shocked, like don't know what to do, because me never, like, I couldn't, like, I was so shocked, I couldn't believe, like, I was like, what the hell, like, why, like, huh? But anyways, when he gave me, when I looked and I realized that it was a panty that was in the bag, I was going to throw the bag away. Okay, I was going to throw it away, and for some reason I say, you know what, I'm not throw it away. I carry it inside, go show my auntie or my grandmother, because I don't want to just, remember, nobody knows of this man doing anything like that, right? So I don't want to just go and say, yes, him do it, and then them say, okay, where is it? By the time I go, what if by the time I go outside, feel like go back for the pants and the garbage bin, somebody take it to, or you never know. So I'm saying, you know what, me I keep it, and I'm going to show it to my aunt and my grandmother, whoever is home. I'm going to show it to them, so nobody can say, allow me to tell upon this man. I'm going to go in with a little bit of yellow. I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, anyways, right, I'm not throw it because I don't want anybody to say me I tell lie upon this man, and nobody don't know him on the street to do something like that. So let me go and show it to my people then, guys. Showed it to my aunt. My aunt was so mad, and she was going to go to him herself, you know. She'd go to him, and then she said, you know what, my mama go to him because mama Christian, and mama would have handled the situation better, because my auntie, she wasn't trying to, like, you know, push violence right away. Like, we want to really know what the problem. So that happened, and the next day I went to school. Oh, actually, when I got home, my grandmother wasn't there. She was at church. So that's why I ended up showing my aunt, and then my aunt said she would show it to her. But by the time my grandmother came home, my aunt was sleeping. So in the morning now, when I went to school and they were both at home, because my aunt didn't leave for work as yet, she pretty much told my grandmother, say this was what happened basically. Guys, I'm at school, so I don't know what happened, but she told her blah blah blah. Anyways, when I came home, I see like, I mean, I remember, I think there was crowd at my house, and I was just like, what's happening? Like, what's up with this type of behavior? But basically, when I went inside, all in all, my grandmother's conclusion was that I was in a relationship with this man, because why else would this man give you a panty? Basically, that's what she was saying. And then she's saying like, that's why when I come from school late, I like walk because I want to stop and have conversation with my man, basically, which is that man. And I'm there saying no, like me I tell you, no, me a ball, you know. Where's the thing? Like I'm telling you, I'm crying like me a ball, cause me I say, yo, look how me I try like run away from the fact that me no want them to say a lie me I tell, and then it turned into one whole different thing for say, oh, it's actually like they're together. And me I cry and me I say no, like what not talk about, it's not I'm gonna tell you me I cry. And for the whole time I tell you, my grandmother was so convinced that this man was my man, and that's the only reason why the man would have given me one panty, because like the man just moved, nobody know about this man. What the man I give you a panty for if you're in a relationship, basically. I don't know, man, I'm a ball, cause I'm like, no, I'm not deal with this man. Like, just to try to convince him, say, I'm not deal with the man for true, and like, all them something, and like, it turned out to a big thing. Nevertheless, when my aunt came, because everybody was there arguing, and I don't remember if my aunt came home first or my mom came at the time, but when I know my mom came, my mom went, like because somebody was passing, because my mom wasn't there and she never knew actually. So when somebody that passed and them see me I cried, them say my mother. So then my mother come down there now for ask for I say wow. So my mother come now, because mother never know all this time. Right, I never tell my mother, because I don't live with my mother, so I'm not gonna jump up and tell her everything first. So basically, I told, when my mom came and them asked her what more, my mother go there to the man. Actually no, before my mother come and go up there, my aunt came, and the same aunt that I told before. And when she came, she was so mad, like, you know, she was so mad, because she's like, yo, why them would have say like she deal with the man, like why should I come and bring the panty and show, no, if she did deal with the man for true. Like she basically say like, you know, like me not answer a lie, like she basically said why should I lie for that. And she touched on a point, and she said that's why, I can't forget, she said this is why when a lot of times, you know, like big men in the community, like them touch little picnic or rape them or do whatever, like picnic don't go and tell them parents because of things like that. Because look, the man give me one panty, I could have easily keep it to myself and not say anything to nobody. But like, oh, a lot of kids when they get raped, they don't say anything to anybody because they are afraid of what the mother or like their guardian might say about them. But nevertheless, I came and I did that, you know. I basically showed them like, look, this was what the man did. The man gave me a panty, whatever, like, you know. I basically came and showed them. I could have keep it to myself and not show nobody. So she was basically touching on that point, like, why would she come and show with a panty if she and the man did in a something? Like, you understand, like that don't make no sense, because at the end of the day, as she gets into trouble. Yeah, so she was basically saying like she took a brave step, first of all, to come and let you guys know that, hey, this was what happened. Like, she could have kept it to herself, and then next thing you know, she did up at the man yard, the man feel her up like a bad, you know, them bad people. And me, if it's one thing about me, I was never the type for be bad when it comes on to man. Like, man and boyfriend and them thing, like, I was never, like, people used to think that about me, and I never made them any wiser. I never said no, I never say yes, I never answer them, like, I never care. When it comes on to man, I was the type of, like, I did afraid of man going out. My first boyfriend ever can tell you that. When they are primary school and they know like much talk to me, I run him, literally run me down. And I like the boy like me, you know. Okay, and he try to talk to me. And he run after me. It's not like he's running me down. He's running me down to just have a conversation with me. And I was in grade 6 at the time. I want me to tell some tear down the place. So I feel like somebody I come fight me. I run. Okay, I was that type of girl. I was full. I was very like idiot when it comes on to man. So I was never involved as any of my high school friends. Man drama, like man having sex with man in a classroom or like those type of behavior, that was never me. I only used to get in trouble for fighting. I'm always a fight. So my aunt was basically saying like she could have been one of them bad pitting there where when the man gear the panty, she kind of got the hint and went there and kind of do things with the man, because whole heap of people, whole heap of pitting in Jamaica, that's how they are, especially when them start bust breasts or them start look like them a big man, them the ramp for take big man. Okay, so she basically I said like I could have been one of those kids and nobody would have known me. I set the man up the road, you know. But I came and I showed them the panty and now they make it a big deal for make it look like me and the man are there. And she was so mad to the point where she just went in and she just go inside of the house because she's like basically couldn't believe, like she said, I can't believe this is what's happening. Like if that was the case, the very first time I'm gonna come tell her, she would have just go up there to the man, basically herself. Like she was so like, there's no way this happen right now, like why this happen. I understand like she did feel away because she said like I come to her and basically put my trust in her and tell her, and then she put her trust in my grandmother for expect she to deal with a certain way, and then it kind of twist and turn out in a whole different scenario. So my mom came, them tell her what happened. So my mother get mad now. And my mother go up there to the man and the man go call. My mom said come, my mother bring me. Go and see my mother. It's when you tell lie and them something there, she no ramp. My mother like when people tell lie upon her, she don't like when people tell lie upon her, pitting them. If she knows so when nah do something, she don't like it. So she get mad now and she go up at the man yard and she go right in at the man house. And she call him, and when him come, him ask her, him say, where you want Ashley in her? That's what my mom ask him. Like, where you want Ashley in her? Why you turn around and gear this? And the man said, me Ashley in her not like the man, I'm right there. So he didn't even lie about it. Like the man dry eye about the whole situation. Ew. I need to wash my face. The man was so dry eye about, oh my gosh, I just take out two. The man was so dry eye about the situation. Like, in basically the mother said, no, me and her not in a nothing. But like, I like her. Him literally tell mother look at him like, what you say? And him say it, him say, we're not in a nothing. Him like her. So mother said, so you're actually in a nothing there, like she said no, and the man said no, like him never tell no lie. Him said no. Him tell them, him said no, me and her in a nothing. So my mother said, okay, come down here, so because remember the crowd still there, the crowd was still at my house. And we need everybody to know say me and the man don't in a nothing. So mother said, well, you need to come here and what, like my mother basically a question. I said, so why you da give her panty? Like what the problem? Where you give her the panty for? And my mother just get mad and like I basically a cuss him and I say like, yeah, idiot, like where you come from? Like you understand what kind of man them something that you give one look up in the panty, you a raper man type of behavior. So mother cuss or whatever. And then my mom, he followed us actually, come down which part of the crowd there. When him come, mother say, yo, come down here, so. And the man come, because the man, him never afraid. Okay? The man wasn't afraid. So my mother tell him basically, say, alright, come down here, so. And the man take up himself and him come down there. When him come down there, him tell everybody down there, say, no, me and her, and him tell my grandmother, him say, me and Ashley not in anything, but me like her. So my grandmother, like everybody know, I look on the man, everybody has start cuss him, and the man, him literally turn on and say him like me, and basically nobody, him say no one can stop me from liking her. That's what the man say. Say him like me and nobody can stop him from liking me. Nobody can stop it. That's exactly. So everybody start look at this man. I said, but where this man come from? And I was just there like, me did I cry? See me, no man. Come here, say, no, so this can't real. And me I tell her say everybody they believe say me and the man in a something. And my daddy here when the man come and when he came and he tell them, he said no man I don't, he told them that we're not in anything and he basically like me and nobody can stop him from liking me. That's basically what the man said. No type of hesitation, no nothing, he just said it. And everybody look on this one like, huh? Like what you mean? Technically them can't really lock him up because if them lock him up, him never touch me, him just give me a panty and set him like me. You know, you can't really just like unless there was a crime at the time committed that we don't know, like this is a law that he broke or like I don't know, but it just never like there was nothing that they could have charged him with or whatever. And oh, actually I'm gonna go in my do my under eye with the brown. Basically told them that him like me and nobody can stop him from liking me, and that's just what it is. Everyone was so shocked, like so shocked. And when I see them, I look, come here, say, imagine them just there. I blame me and the man there, and the man come himself. I'm glad when my mother did there, my mother carried me. I never me one them said go call him or not like so, like you know, so them can't say lie me I tell. Yeah, the man was so bright, the man never cared. The man literally tell everybody same like me and nobody can stop it. And you know what's so funny? Oh yes, when that happened, no, I think because his baby mother was home at the time, and when we went there to call him outside, he told her like, you know, stay me go, they go deal with it or whatever. Like he didn't want her outside, but she ended up coming. So this is the final look, but let me just finish off the story and kind of tell you guys what, like how it ended. Basically what happened was the guy's baby mom's, or I'm gonna just say his wife, so she came and she basically was talking to us, and she was basically telling us like that's the same reason why they had to move from the previous location that they lived before, because I don't remember if he actually slept with a little girl or tried the same thing with the little girl. I think he tried doing the same thing, and the people in the area, then they're gonna beat him up pretty much. So they had to move from that area, and then now they were living where we were living, and now he's pretty much doing the same thing. And then she was so mad because she's like, now she has to move again, and it's not like, and I yeah, they had a kid. Yeah, they had a kid together, so she was basically trying to, I guess, keep the family together. I don't know, but long story short, he came down and he pretty much told them that yeah, he likes me and there's nothing that they could do about it. And yeah, but what at that time, I'm not gonna lie, when you know I was a kid and I realized that they never that believe me, especially like my grandmother. Like I'm telling somebody feel away, like I don't know if hurt was the word, because I don't know, I don't think that's, I don't know what I was feeling, to be honest. But I at that back then I was like, oh my gosh, so like I'm really unsure, like what if something happened to me, like am I supposed to come here and say it to them, or should I just keep it to myself? Because when I do say to them, like not them, but like, you know, there's this one person that's gonna, at least one person that's gonna say like, no, I like Shatel or whatever, you know. Like at that time that's what I felt. But as I grew older, I kind of get to understand that sometimes, even though it's not right, but sometimes the older generation, the way they think is way different from us. And I guess normally if somebody figure a panty, it signifies that on a day, like nobody now gonna really just get up and say like, here you go. So when, like as I got older, I kind of just, you know, thought about it in that way to make myself feel better and to not really penny on that situation, to say like, oh, she really actually just didn't believe me because she just don't feel like to believe me. But yeah, things like that do happen though. Like, kids get raped all the time and they're afraid to say it, or even touched by men and they're afraid to say it, especially because you don't know if your mom's gonna actually believe you, or whoever is your guardian is gonna believe you. Like, you don't know if they're gonna say you're lying. So it does happen. But if you're out there and like seriously, if you're there and you're getting molested, or if you know somebody that's getting molested or anything of that sort, do not be afraid to tell somebody. If you feel like your mom or your guardian will understand you, try telling it to somebody that you feel like will understand, and probably talk to your mom or your guardian, whoever it is, or your dad. I keep on saying mom, that's because I'm used to my mom more. I don't know, but yeah, try talking to somebody, because getting raped and being able, like, battling that by yourself is not good at all. So don't try to keep it. Make sure you try to tell somebody. Don't let nobody touch you where they're not supposed to. If you're in an uncomfortable situation, even when you're older too, not just kids, because even when you're older too, sometimes things happen to you and you're afraid to tell people because you don't want them to judge you. Especially like if, you know, there are girls that them like enjoy themselves. They like to enjoy themselves and they'll go and they'll drink and they'll party. Sometimes when things happen to them, they're afraid to tell people, because the first thing people are gonna say, like, you love drink too much, you love go party too much, you know. And I feel like a lot of times that happens, and then people they kind of just keep everything to themselves. People rape them, touch them, make them feel some type of way, and they just keep it to themselves, just because when you tell people, either they're gonna judge you or they're gonna think you're lying. But regardless of what people might say about you or what people might think, please let somebody know, because it's not a good thing to keep inside. It's very, like, seriously talking, it's very dangerous, because you'll have yourself thinking, beating up yourself like it's your fault, you know, you're not good enough, and eventually leads to a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to beat yourself up and keep it a secret forever, and like make it like kill you inside, pretty much. And parents too, guardians, like, listen to your kids, because you never know. Sometimes these kids, not to say like, I'm not gonna say things don't happen and they can't be lying at times, because you have some kids that's very troublesome. I'm not gonna tell no lie, but sometimes when, as being a mother, if I'm supposed to be a mother, I don't even care if it's a lie. Okay, I just want to hear say one man say eh, and my daughter felt some type of way to, or my son felt some type of way, to the point where they had to come say it to me. As long as them uncomfortable in our situation, I don't care. I'm going there to find out what it is. I'm not going to shut them down and make them feel like, shut up, where you say foolishness, him would never do that, you're too lie. None of that. I'm not doing that to my kids. I don't care. And I hope, if you're watching this, you know, if you're doing that, stop it. If you're not, continue being there for your kids. Do not make them feel no type of way, like, or feel bad or judge because them come tell us that somebody touched them or somebody made them feel uncomfortable. No. But yeah, that was my little story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was supposed to be a fall look. It was supposed to give me brown and orange vibes, but for some reason it's giving me dark lash black vibes. I don't know what happened. I don't know what direction this makeup went in, but I'm gonna keep it this way though, because I ain't changing it, and that's on purpose. Okay, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever I post, and leave all your comments down below.